Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, class 9. We are doing mathematics. Unit number 4, algebraic expressions and algebraic formulas. And this is our session number 7. In last sessions, we have discussed square of binomial and trinomial, cube of binomials, sum and difference of two cubes, and then we have solved exercise 4.2. In this session, we will discuss surds, conditions for a number to be a surd, and then we will solve some questions from exercise 4.3. Surds. Surds are the square roots of numbers that cannot be simplified into a whole or rational numbers. So all the numbers that can be written under this sign and cannot be simplified into a whole or rational numbers are called surds. It cannot be accurately represented in a fraction. So surds cannot be represented in the form of fraction. In other words, a surd is a root of the whole number that has an irrational value. Consider an example, square root of 2. Its approximate value is 1.414213, and it is more accurate if we leave it as a surd, just like square root of 2. The surds have a decimal which goes on forever without repeating and are irrational number. So all the surds are basically irrational numbers. Now we see its historical background. How did we get the word surd? Well, around 820 AD, Al-Khwarizmi, the Persian mathematician, Muslim mathematician, who we get the name algorithm from, called irrational numbers inaudible. Inaudible means unable to be heard. This was later translated to Latin surds. It means deaf or mute. Before we move on to surds, let's look at a few terminologies. And consider nth root of a. Just like cube root of 5 and square root of 3. Here this n is called order and this sign is called radical. The number that is written under this radical sign is called radicand or base. So this number set as nth root of a, just like cube root of 5 and square root of 3. So when we are taking cube root of 5, here the order is 3 and the base or radicand is 5. And in square root of 3, when order is not mentioned, it is 2. Its order is 2 and its base or radicand is 3. Now we see what a rational root of a positive rational number means. Numbers like cube root of 5 and square root of 3. The answer we get is irrational and the base is positive rational numbers. Just like here, the base is 5, that is positive rational number, and here base is 3, that is also positive rational number. But overall the result of these numbers are irrational. The irrational root of a positive rational number is called a surd. So these examples are the examples of surd. Remember, the answer has to be irrational number and the radicand or base is positive rational number. Irrational root of a positive rational number is said to be as surd. It means cube root of 27 or square root of 25 are not surds, as the answer of cube root of 27 is not irrational, and also the answer of square root of 25 is also not irrational. So remember, irrational root of a positive rational number is called a surd. So these are cube root of 5 and square root of 3 are the examples of surd, but cube root of 27 and square root of 25 are not surds. Now let's look at the basic classification how our real numbers are classified. They are classified into two types. The first one is rational numbers and other one are irrational numbers. Within irrational numbers, we have numbers like cube root of 7, square root of 2 and square root of 5. And other special section of irrational numbers are pi and e. Pi and e are named as Euler's number. So this category of irrational number, cube root of 7, square root of 2 and square root of 5, these are surds. There is a common misunderstanding that all the irrational numbers are surds, but that is incorrect. Remember, only a irrational root of a positive rational number is the surd. Now we look at conditions to be a surd. Consider again nth root of a. It would be a surd. We have learned that a surd is an irrational root of a positive rational number. Just like cube root of 13, square root of 2 over 5 and fourth root of 10. These are the examples of surds. As we have learned, only irrational root of a positive rational number is a surd. So keep in your mind, nth root of a is to be a surd if n is positive natural number greater than 1 and a, that is the base or radicand, is positive rational number. Nth root of a means that the result of this number is a rational number. If we calculate cube root of 13, it is an irrational number. And also the result of square root of 2 over 5 is also irrational, and square fourth root of 10 is also irrational. So these are the examples of surds, and all surds are non-terminating and non-recurring. We calculate the values of cube root of 13, square root of 2 over 5 and fourth root of 10. The values of these numbers are non-terminating and non-recurring, which makes them irrational. So these are the examples of a surd, and these are three important conditions to be a surd. Keep them in your mind. Multiplication and division of surds. We can multiply and divide surds of same order by making use of following laws of surds. Nth root of a multiplied by nth root of b, and keep in your mind that both the surds have the same order. And if two surds are multiplied, then they can be written as nth root of ab. And also, if the surds are in the quotient form and but both having same order, then they can be written as nth root of a over b. Also, nth root of an is equal to a. Just like square root of a square is equal to a. These are the important laws. Keep them in your mind. The result obtained will be a surd of same order. If surds to be multiplied or divided are not the same order, they must be reduced to the surds of the same order. Keep this in your mind also. If we multiply or divide of two surds which are not of the same order, then we have to reduce them into same order. Simplification of surds. Equivalence relation of surds and exponent, and this is very important, and we have learned this rule in previous classes. Nth root of a, this is the form of surd, and this can be also written as a raised to power 1 over n, and this is its exponential form. Just like square root of a can also be written as a raised to power 1 by 2. Now exercise 4.3. Question number 1. Express each of the following surd in the simplest form. Part 1. Square root of 180. Solution. This is square root of 180 and this is our given surd, and we are going to simplify it. First of all, square root of 180. We take prime factors of 180. Just like the prime factors of 180 are 2 90s are 180, 2 45s are 90, and 3 15s are 45, and 3 5s are 15. So prime factors of 180 are, you can count them, 1 2, 2, 2 raised to power 2, and 3 raised to power 2, and 5. So prime factors of 180 are 2 square into 3 square into 5. And we can also write this form as in exponential term, just like 2 square into 3 square into 5, as this square root can be expressed as raised to power 1 by 2. This is very basic law, as square root of a can be written as a raised to power 1 by 2. Then we are going to separate these numbers now. 2 raised to power 2 multiply by its exponent, that is 1 by 2. And 3 raised to power 2 multiply by 1 by 2. And 5 raised to power 1 by 2. And this is very basic law. If two numbers are written in product with the same exponent, we can separate them, as a into b whole power 1 by 2 can be written as a raised to power 1 by 2 and b raised to power 1 by 2. After simplification, as 2 raised to power 2 into 1 by 2 becomes 2 only, and 3 raised to power 2 into 1 by 2 becomes 3 only, and 5 raised to power 1 by 2. Using laws, 2 multiply by 3 becomes 6, and 5 raised to power 1 by 2. So after simplification, we can write 6 into 5 raised to power 1 by 2, and it is its exponential form. After writing it in surd form, we can write it as 6 square root of 5, and this is the simplified form of a surd. Next, question number 1. Express each of the following surd in the simplest form. Part 3, that is 3 by 4 into cube root of 128. Solution. First of all, the given surd 3 by 4 into cube root of 128. First of all, we write the prime factors or the factors of 128. You can observe 128, and we are going to draw, we are going to take its factors. 2 64s are 128, 2 32s are 64, 2 16s are 32, 2 8s are 16, and 2 4s are 8, and again 2 2s are 4. Because this is cube root, so we can pair these numbers as this 2 and this 2 becomes 4. Again 2 multiplied by 2 becomes 4. This 2 and this 2 becomes 4. So these are now 4 raised to power 1, 2 and 3. So we can write it as 4 raised to power 3 into 2. These are the factors of 128. Now 3 over 4 into cube root of 4 raised to power 3 into cube root of square root of 2. Again these numbers are in the product form with the same order, that is 3. We can separate them as under this radical sign, product of these two numbers a and b, we can separate them with square root of a or square root of b. So we separate these numbers just like this 4 raised to power 3 with cube root of 4 raised to power 3 and cube root of 2. Again, cube root of a raised to power 3 is equal to a with same a raised to power and order. They are cancelled by each other. So this becomes only a. This is very basic law. So cube root of 4 raised to power 3 becomes 4 only. And this is not, we cannot simplify this. So we write it as it is. So cube root of 2. After cancelling this 4 and this 4, we get 3 into cube root of 2. Answer is 3 into cube root of 2. That is our required form. Again, question number 1. Express the following into simplest form. And the fourth part, that is fifth root of 96 x raised to power 6 y raised to power 7 and z raised to power 8. Solution. The given surd, that is fifth root of 96 x raised to power 6 y raised to power 7 and z raised to power 8. First of all, we write this number into its factored form. That is, the factors of 96 are 2 raised to power 5 and 3. X raised to power 6 can also be written as x raised to power 5 plus 1. This is the very basic law of the exponent, as this exponent can be written in the sum of these two numbers, as 5 plus 1 is also 6. So x raised to power 6 can be written as x raised to power 5 plus 1. And y raised to power 7 can be written as y raised to power 5 plus 2, as 5 plus 2, 5, 6 and 7. So z raised to power 8 can be written as z raised to power 5 plus 3. And the factors of 96, you can see here, these are 1, 2, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So factors of 96 are 2 raised to power 5 and 3. As we are familiar with this law, x raised to power a plus b can be written as x raised to power a into x raised to power b. And also, if the two numbers that are in product under the same radical sign, they can be separated as root a into root b. So we are going to use it, as this number is 2 raised to power 5, and after separating it, we get fifth root of 2 raised to power 5 and 3, fifth root of 3. X raised to power 5 plus 1 can be written as fifth root of x raised to power 5 and x, as x raised to power 5 plus 1 can be written as x raised to power 5 and x by using this law. That is very basic. And y raised to power 5 plus 2 can be written as fifth root of y raised to power 5 and y raised to power 2, that is square. And z raised to power 5 plus 3 can be written as fifth root of z raised to power 5 and z raised to power 3. So 2 raised to power 5, same power with same order. they are cancelled by each other, as fifth root of a raised to power 5 is equal to a. So this becomes only 2, and fifth root of 3, it cannot be simplified, so write it as it is, and x raised to power 5 with same order, we write it as only x, and this raised to x raised to power 1 cannot be simplified, so we write it as fifth root of x. 5 raised to power 5 can be simplified as only y, and y raised to power 2 is not simplified, so we write it as fifth root of y square, and z raised to power 5 can be simplified by its order, that is y, and it becomes only z. So z raised to power 3 cannot be simplified, it is written as fifth root of z raised to power 3. After combining like terms, as 2 raised to power 2 and this x is combined by, or you can say that we multiply this x by y and z, it becomes xyz, and fifth root of 3, fifth root of x, and fifth root of y square, and fifth root of z cube. After simplification or writing these surds, which are like terms, under the same radical sign, we get 2xyz, fifth root of 3xy square z cube. This is our required simplified surd. And I hope students you can solve these questions very easily and learn these definitions. Keep all these points in your mind and solve question number 1 again. Fi Aman Allah.